a variant to my kitchen. Today, we're making a showstopper of a dish that's perfect for any special occasion. A family Sunday dinner, or honestly, any time you're craving something truly delicious. We're talking about a magnificent honey-glazed baked ham, served with vibrant, crispy green beans. This recipe looks impressive, but I promise you it's incredibly simple to put together. The ham comes out juicy and tender, with a sweet and savory glaze that's just to die for. And the green beans, they're the perfect fresh, crunchy sidekick. So, if you're ready to create a meal that will have everyone asking for seconds, let's get cooking. First things first, let's talk about our star player, the ham. You'll want to get a pre-cooked, bone-in ham. I find that a ham around 8 to 10 pounds is a great size for a family gathering. The bone-in variety adds so much more flavor to the meat as it cooks. Before we do anything else, take your ham out of the refrigerator and let it sit at room temperature for about an hour. This little step is crucial because it helps the ham cook more evenly, so you don't end up with a cold center. While it's resting, preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 165 degrees Celsius. Now, let's prep the ham for its glorious glaze. Take a sharp knife and gently score the fat cap on top of the ham in a diamond pattern. You don't want to cut too deep, just about a 1/4 inch into the fat. This scoring isn't just for looks. It creates little channels for our amazing glaze to seep into, flavoring the meat all the way through. Once you've scored it, place the ham, cut side down, in a large roasting pan. Pour about a cup of water or even some pineapple juice into the bottom of the pan. This will create steam as it bakes, keeping the ham incredibly moist. Now, cover the whole thing tightly with aluminum foil and pop it into your preheated oven. The general rule for baking a pre-cooked ham is about 15 to 20 minutes per pound. So, for our 10-pound ham, we're looking at an initial baking time of around 2.5 to 3 hours. We're not glazing it just yet. The first part of the baking process is all about gently heating the ham through. While that's happening, we can turn our attention to the part that brings all the magic, the honey glaze. For this irresistible glaze, you'll need a few simple ingredients. In a small saucepan, combine 1 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard, and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. The honey brings the sweetness. The brown sugar adds a deep caramel flavor. The Dijon mustard gives it a tangy kick that cuts through the richness, and the vinegar balances everything out. You can also add a pinch of ground cloves or a cinnamon stick if you want to add a little extra warm spice. Place the saucepan over medium heat and stir everything together. You just want to warm it through until the sugar has completely dissolved and the glaze is smooth and syrupy. You don't need to bring it to a boil. Just let it gently heat up for a few minutes, stirring occasionally. Once it's all combined and looking glossy, take it off the heat and set it aside. The smell alone is going to make your kitchen feel like a holiday. This glaze is so good, you'll want to put it on everything. While the ham continues its journey in the oven, let's get our green beans ready. I love serving this ham with something fresh and green to balance the plate. For this, you'll need about 2 pounds of fresh green beans. The first step is to wash them thoroughly and then trim the ends. You can do this by lining up a handful at a time and slicing off the stem ends with a knife. It's quick and easy. We're going to blanch the green beans first. Blanching is a simple technique that cooks the beans just enough to make them tender crisp and lock in that beautiful, bright green color. Bring a large pot of salted water to a rolling boil. And I mean salted it should taste like the sea. This seasons the beans from the inside out. Have a large bowl of ice water ready right next to your stove. This is for the ice bath, which will stop the cooking process immediately. Once the water is boiling, carefully drop your trimmed green beans into the pot. Let them cook for just 2-3 minutes. You'll see them turn a vibrant, almost electric green. We don't want to overcook them here. They should still have a nice snap. As soon as the time is up, use a slotted spoon or a spider strainer to quickly transfer the green beans from the boiling water directly into the ice bath. Swish them around for about 30 seconds until they're completely cold. This shock of cold water is what keeps them perfectly crisp and green. Once they're chilled, drain them well and set them aside. We'll finish them off right before serving. All right, let's check back on our ham. After about 2.5 hours, it's time for the first layer of glaze. Carefully take the ham out of the oven and remove the aluminum foil. Be cautious of the steam. Now, take your beautiful honey, glaze, and a basting brush. Generously brush about 1/3 of the glaze all over the surface of the ham, making sure to get it into all those little scores you made earlier. Now, put the ham back into the oven, but this time leave it uncovered. We want that glaze to start caramelizing and getting all bubbly and delicious. We're going to continue baking it. And you want to brush on another layer of glaze every 20 minutes for the final hour of cooking. This layering technique is what builds that thick, sticky, and utterly gorgeous crust on the outside of the ham. The internal temperature you're aiming for is around 4 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 60 degrees Celsius. An instant-read thermometer is your best friend here. During Tatlas 20 glazed green beans, heat a large skillet over medium-high heat. Add a couple of tablespoons of butter or olive oil. Once the butter is melted and sizzling, you can add some sliced shallots or minced garlic and saute for a minute until fragrant. Then, add your blanched and drained green beans to the skillet. Season them with salt and pepper. All you need to do is toss them in the pan for 3 to 5 minutes, just until they're heated through. They're already cooked, so we're just warming them up and adding a final layer of flavor. For an extra touch, you can squeeze some fresh lemon juice over them right at the end or toss in some toasted slivered almonds for a nice crunch. By now, your ham should be looking absolutely spectacular. The glaze will be a deep amber color, bubbling and caramelized. The aroma filling your house will be incredible. Carefully remove the roasting pan from the oven. Let the ham rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes before you even think about carving it. This is so important. Resting allows all those juices to redistribute throughout the meat, ensuring every single slice is moist and tender. If you slice it too early, all that delicious juice will run out onto your cutting board. While the ham is resting, you can transfer your finished green beans to a serving platter. When you're ready to serve, move the ham to a large cutting board. You can carve it right at the table for a dramatic presentation or slice it in the kitchen. To carve, slice down against the bone to remove large sections of the meat, and then slice those sections against the grain into individual servings. And there you have it! A stunning honey-glazed baked ham with perfectly crisp and vibrant green beans. The sweetness of the glaze, the savory, juicy ham, and the fresh crunch of the green beans create a truly unforgettable meal. It's a dish that brings people together and makes any meal feel like a celebration. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It's a personal favorite, and I know it'll be a hit in your home too. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you enjoyed this recipe, Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more delicious ideas. I love seeing your creations, so if you make this, be sure to tag me on social media. I'll see you next time.
Happy cooking!